Our next performer is Michael Lyles. He is a senior at Seneca Valley High School, and he plays for the varsity baseball team. Michael enjoys spending time with friends and going on random adventures. Mental illness has had a major impact in his life and has affected him still to this day. He wants to be a part of This Is My Brave to spread awareness about mental illness because a lot of people go through it and no one will ever know because they're embarrassed or too scared to speak out. His friends and family have a huge part in him staying mentally healthy. Another part of his life that helps him stay mentally healthy is his team and the sport of baseball. He hopes at the end of the show the audience sees that it is okay to have a mental illness and they aren't alone because a lot of people can help you and you have to be strong and speak up.
This on the side? Good evening. I'm just going to talk about like a time in my life where I thought I hit rock bottom. I titled it Obstacles. So it was just another day of spring. I was 8 years old, and it was a beautiful Saturday morning. My mom woke up and told me we were going to a party. I was ecstatic and couldn't wait because who doesn't love parties? When you think of everything good, like parties, you think of fun, family, and good vibes. Friends and families were there, the music was playing, and games were being played. I still remember the sound of the tennis ball hitting the back of the building, and then the sound stopped. I looked at my friend, and he repeatedly was saying, "I threw it over the building, I threw it over the building." We're both very competitive people, so we decided each of us would run around the building on different sides to see who would get it first. I took the right side, and he took the left. He shouted, "Ready, set, go," and then we took off. I had him beat for a little bit, and then I saw a neon ball in the grass. I dove on it and looked at the view in front of me. It was a beautiful sight. I see adults talking all over the place, the music getting louder, and everything was so good. I forgot about the wall ball game because of what I was noticing, because it was all the adults, and then when I stood up, everything changed. Bang, bang, bang. I jumped a foot. I've never heard that type of sound up close before. I look in the sky because I thought they were firecrackers, but then I slowly look down and see a body on the ground. I was 8 years old and I had just witnessed a murder. Blood was everywhere and everything that I described at the party had stopped in my mind. I couldn't hear the music, I dropped the tennis ball, and I just saw one thing, the body. He was lying there so still. I was a witness to something no one should ever see in their life, and honestly, that's the first time in my life where I felt helpless. I didn't know what to do, who to call, or how to act. My body went into shock. By now, I watched the murderer get into his car and leave. I was telling my body to run, to find my mom, or to do anything, but I couldn't find it in me. People were screaming my name and trying to talk to me, but I never processed what they were saying. I not only felt helpless, but I also felt alone. Over time, the pain and memories would go away, or I could try so hard to forget about them, but that would never work. I used to deny that something was wrong with me. I tried to act like I was unaffected by the situation, but I was. I had to come to terms with myself, but eventually I was able to accept that I had been suffering from PTSD. At first, it was hard to deal with in my head, but now it occurs less. I try to keep myself busy so I don't have to think about the things that come up in my head, because sometimes they do. It could be anything unexpected, like a car horn or a teacher dropping a textbook, anything to cause a loud bang, small things. It's that easy to trigger it. I'll get upset or very anxious when it gets triggered and I can't help it. I just have to control my actions when it happens. But that's honestly what it's about. You have to be able to self-control yourself when you experience the variety of emotions. Of course, this is way easier said than done, but it takes time. It's truly a process. You have to put effort to be able to work through and conquer your PTSD. In my life, I look at major events that were difficult as obstacles, and one day I'll be able to look back on this and see it as an obstacle.